We're a very passionate family about motorsport. That's all we've ever known, and we're out to win. I'm not going to hold back at all. It could be my last rally if we don't get any more sponsors on board, so I'll go out with a bang. Hopefully it'll be with the first place trophy. Yeah, straight at the blocks. I can't see why we just can't go straight at the blocks. I know the stages, like the back of my hand. I grew up around the forest. I've got a lot of local knowledge. Yeah, I'm very confident that we can deliver a good result. Well, the Wyedean, obviously, Dad being the king of the Dean, that was one of the main stories I, was brought up on. It was very important for me to try and follow in Dad's footsteps, and winning the Wyedean was the first big thing that happened, where I could actually say, I've matched Dad's performance. 3 on the trot, I didn't realise until obviously 2002 when I had a puncture on the Wyedean how hard it was going to be to get 3 on the trot. I think Dad obviously drove very well for the 3 on the trot, but he had a lot of lady luck behind him, not to have any mechanical failures. It does mean a hell of a lot, it's something I grew up with, I spectated, I've watched a lot of local drivers, friends and family compete in the event. To go out there as one of the drivers that the locals want to watch as well, it gives me great pleasure to go out there and, show them what I've got. And I only get one opportunity a year to have a bit of a show off to all my friends, and I do love the event. Luckily, the Wyedean is one of the best events in the country. The competition is fantastic. The spectators are just so enthusiastic, it's unbelievable. I don't see half as many spectators out on other events than I do the Wyedean.
Last year was your first win in that particular car, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Of the Wyedean.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this year?
I'm pretty confident, yeah. I got no, I'm confident every year with the Wyedean. The only thing that really gets in the way is a mechanical problem, which is rare. Touch wood. Or a punch or something like that. Since 2001 when we first won it, I thought, I could win it every year. I got no doubt about my ability, and the car that we usually drive in is very competitive and reliable. But, you can't forget that rallying can be cruel sometimes, and you do have a puncture, which, once you have a puncture, you're really out of the game. The car is based on a showroom car, so the suspension we've uprated to a Riger suspension, which is the full world spec. The engine is a standard engine with a few modifications just to make it stronger. It's pumping out about 280 brake horsepower. It's an ex-works car from ADR Motorsport, driven by David Higgins, who is ex-British champion. It's got a few little tweaks on it here and there, but it's mostly down to the suspension engine. Other than that, everything's pretty standard. You'll be surprised, how standard the car is.
A bit about Rex, because obviously he was your chief mechanic.
Yeah, Rex, chief mechanic, mentor, second dad. He was everything, really. I could probably tell Rex more than what I could tell Dad, because Rex wouldn't be in a position to give me an idea like Dad could. Not that Dad ever did, but big loss. Very difficult for me last year. Very fortunate to have Adam, who was our number 2 mechanic. He's obviously, he's taken a lot of responsibility and a lot of weight on his shoulders to try and take over the role from Rex. You can't replace Rex, irreplaceable, but Adam's managed to take a lot of knowledge from Rex over the past few years, and fortunately for me, he's still able to put all that what he's learned into the car, so the car is still going as well as ever. We're missing Rex greatly, but we're managing to keep rallying, and hopefully he's looking down on us and he'll give us another win this February. Yeah, like I do every year, you know. We always, you know, we never really dial ourselves in. We go straight at the blocks, try and catch everyone asleep, taking advantage. People then that think that they're like Andy, you know, they don't get a chance to look at my times until they've got to mid-service, and hopefully I've, you know, got myself quite an advantage before he has a chance to check the times, and then he really has to drive 110% to catch up. Yeah, we've had a very, you know, good news over the last couple of days. We've had confirmation from GMF Motor Factors as sponsors for the Wyedean, and also Clarius Exhausts. And then we've got another local sponsor of Pete Smith Cars from Colford, and MG Contracting Builders. So yeah, they're on board. Very good news. You know, it's a good boost for me because I can now go out and, you know, spend an extra little bit of money on the tyres and on the setup of the team, so that we can make sure that we're, you know, at full performance for the Wyedean. So yeah, it's been good. Just hopefully now we find a bit more budget for the rest of the year, and we can keep rallying. But I'll get over the Wyedean, get through that. Hopefully pick up the winner's trophy again, or a podium finish, and we'll concentrate then for the next few weeks on raising money for the rest of the season.